everybody. Thanks for watching. Just a quick reminder that the lecture at UNLV on the discussion of the gospel hip hop, that video is now available on Merkabah Academy. So make sure to go to Conscious Courses and scroll down to Never Pay Again, and the video should be right there at the top of the page. We're going to make sure everybody get their book before this year is out. So this month. So if you've been waiting for a long time for books, and a lot of you have, it's coming. It's on the way. I appreciate you guys' patience on the matter. But this video, make sure you guys check it out. It's long. It was a pretty long lecture, long discussion. Talked about it, got heated at times, but it's just, passionate people talking about hip hop. And you guys understand my stance. You know my stance on hip hop and how I feel about it. It may come across to a lot of people as me hating hip hop, and that's not the case. I grew up on hip hop. I was, in the music industry. I helped develop artists, and I'm a producer and made beats and music and wrote songs and all that stuff. So it's a part. It's part of the reasons why I went to film school, and why I did everything I did. Went to law school for corporate law to understand entertainment law and everything like that. But I was immersed in the culture, of course, and in the whole business of hip hop and just the music industry. Until got way more conscious and understood. It's a different path for me, and I took that path. But it's still, stuff we have to talk about as far as hip hop, because we deal with it every day, because it's our culture. It's the driving force of our culture. So this was a really good discussion on this topic, and just getting into, what we feel about hip hop. And, everybody has their own opinion. If hip hop is the vehicle that you, tend on using to be successful, a lot of people don't want to hear the negativity surrounding hip hop, but it's just something that we can't ignore, especially when we look at the data and the numbers, and when we just go to the overall understanding of what hip hop is and has it really done anything for the Black community as a whole. It made some individuals rich, and they was able to do some stuff, but as a people, what has it done for us besides create a negative stereotype that has people looking at us the same way they look at, the people in the music videos, and thinking that what's perpetuated in those music videos is exactly how Black people are, violent, and, everything that we see with these music videos, and just the culture that we get from Black movies. And every Black movie has to be some type of hood scene and ghetto. And it's just, we got to understand what that's about and how deep that really is. It's one of the most confusing things about hip hop is when you see people who is immersed in hip hop culture and present themselves to be gangsters and thugs and this and that, and they speaking about Jesus, God, and the Bible, and it always confuses people. And I think a lot of people need to understand what that's about and how deep that is. And it's esoteric in itself, hip hop, we know, because it's just more to it than music and everything that we've seen. Behind the scenes is much deeper. There's a lot of subliminals in music videos, a lot of subliminals in the songs. We look at symbolism and everything in a lot of these videos, and we see, something is going on. What is that? What is that really about? And, it's deep, and everybody knows it's something, but they can't put their finger on it. And when somebody steps up and does, they're ridiculed and called crazy or what have you, even though we see what we're seeing. So if this is supposed to mean satanic, devil worship, or what have you, why are you associating yourself with it? Why do these artists associate themselves with stuff that is clearly being talked about as being satanic and spooky, what have you? Even though, of course, I don't believe in none of that. You guys understand, but I know it's a deeper meaning to it, and a deeper meaning with everything else. So the guys on the panel, these guys are Grammy Award winning producers and Emmy winners, and they had a lot to say, and opinions about of course the industry. And who better than people who won Grammys and understand the industry and work with mega artists like Jay-Z and Beyonce and what have you. So of course there's a different view of the industry and stuff from their point of view, depending on where they at with the knowledge and understanding of what this stuff really is. It's levels, and everybody is not privy to the same information at every level. And a lot of people genuinely believe that the music is just the music. It is what it is. It's very easy to argue that the music can't cause you to go and kill somebody, because you could just say, well, I listen to this music every day, and people listen to hip hop every day. You don't see them going out killing people. And then we still have to say that, it's obviously happening because I mean, look at the murder rate, look at the crime rate, look at the culture, look at what's driving it. So just because something doesn't affect you doesn't mean it's not affecting other people. You just have not succumbed to it in the most violent way possible. But we're seeing people, climax and, reach that part to where, it goes into fist fights or you pull your gun or you get ready to shoot somebody or get real heated. I've seen people go from super chill and calm to ready to kill somebody. So we have that in us because, we live in this culture where you're not going to treat me like no bitch, you ain't going to punk me, this and that, or whatever. And a person who has so much to lose can go from 0 to 100 because he's not trying to get played. And then you wake up in your jail cell the next morning sorry because you done took somebody's life over something stupid. What is that? It happens. It's people in jail right now that's going to spend the rest of their life in there that's in there sorry as shit because they was trying to keep it real or because they didn't want to snitch because of the culture. Well, I ain't no snitch. And you're going to give up your entire life. You got kids to take care of. You're going to give up your entire life to be loyal to a person who will sell you out in a second. But it's the culture, it's everything that it entails, and it's so much that's wrapped up in it that we follow that a lot of people need to understand that we follow. And a lot of people don't necessarily agree with it when it comes down to it. So we got to look at all this, so deep, so much to talk about. But the key thing is, we don't control hip hop. And it's one of the points I make in the video about, we don't control it. Everybody want to point their finger at the white man and say the white man is this, the white man is that, but don't want to agree that, well, if you believe that they control all this and they're doing all this and they're oppressing us, why would they give us the most influential vehicle that we have as a people that's clearly making Black people rich and famous and powerful, which is hip hop? They control mainstream media. They control the press, but they're going to give us this to make us powerful and give us a voice. Hip hop is more influential than, Jesus, than the Bible, than Christianity. And a lot of people won't agree with that, but let's keep it real. You have people that will skip church, steal from a collection plate, go against everything in the Bible, and they'll go out and shoot somebody because they're trying to keep it real to hip hop culture. They won't obey their Bible. They won't go to church. They won't do what they claim, they're supposed to do as a Christian. But then they'll go out and get into a fight or, beat somebody up or what have you, or kill somebody because of hip hop culture. It's more real than religion. And people see it every day. So they follow it more. The culture, the trends, they follow it more than they follow Christianity. Because Christianity is not real. It's like acting and everybody's playing along with the shit. And it's like, okay, as long as you're going to pretend, I'm going to pretend. But everybody know damn well it's some bullshit. But when you go out in the hood and you're around people and everybody using the slang and talking and you just fit right in and you just go right along with them. And it's the culture, it's driving us more than anything else. And a lot of people don't see it because it's just so normal for us. We live in it. We're immersed in it. And it's just so normal. But a lot of people don't look at it as something being perpetuated, like, something that's forced on us because we grew up in it. And it's just what we know. And it's not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be on your block worried about drug dealers and worried about saying something that you're supposed to say because, you might get killed. You shouldn't have to live in fear or raise your kids on the block, around people who you don't trust, who you just act in a certain way around because you're trying to fit in. It's crazy. But this is what happens. I'm not going to snitch on him. He's just doing what he got to do. I'm not going to get involved, even though what these people are doing is destroying the community. And I got to raise my kid in this community. He has to go to school and around all this drugs and people shooting each other and everything like that. But we say nothing. We do nothing. It's nothing we can do. Nobody's coming to help us, to save us, or what have you. It's so much that's destroying the Black community that's emerged, in hip hop culture. And we just don't realize it because, it's part of us. It's what we grew up in. And we're so far from the 80s now and people don't see the inception and how it started and how, this was a trap, a Trojan horse, as I say. And it's too late now because it has us in its grasp. And then now we have to conform to it and try to change it in order to survive in it. But as long as we don't control it, it's going to be tough to do. the least we can do is recognize what it is and how it's hurting the Black community, and that we need to try to change it. And of course, it's not going to be easy because, you have people that holds on to it so tight because they love it, they love the music, and they're making money off of it. And again, it's we can always do that. It's don't necessarily have to change completely. We have to change the community in order for the music to change, because if we're going to be rapping about what's happening in the community, then we're going to continue to keep rapping about poverty and crime and drugs and what have you, because that's the music. The music is driving the culture, and that's what we're seeing in our reality. So we got to somehow change the reality so the music reflects it in a positive way. That way we put out more positive music. That way we make more things that's beneficial to us as a people trend, rather than stupid shit that's not going to do anything but make us laugh or do anything to benefit us economically, because that's what we push. That's what trends. It's nothing that's going to make you grow economically or, have any real, money or success that's going to propel you and your family to a better economic status. It's just bullshit. It's the culture. It's everything is a meme. It's a joke. It's funny. We set out every day to make each other laugh. Nobody is serious about too much shit these days. Everything is about funny, funny, funny. We get sad when these artists are killed. We get sad when somebody is shot in a violent way that we see perpetuated in hip hop music and music videos and the movies that we watch and all the ghetto, what have you, shit, the culture. And, we see it all the time. And everything's fun and games until something like that happens. And then everybody's sad for a second. Then the cycle repeats itself over and over again. It's just go back and look. And you just keep seeing the same shit, and we're not recognizing it. And, it's unfortunate this discussion couldn't be larger than what it was. But, it is what it is. But this is what's happening. And it's deep. And it's much deeper than we can get into. But, yeah. Make sure you guys go on Merkabah Academy and check the video out. And I appreciate everybody who came out and supported, and I appreciate everybody who took advantage of the sale. See you guys next video.